Today I'm going to flush the brake fluid and clutch fluid on this 2019 Mk4 Caddy. I'm going to use a Sealy pressure bleeder, just a vacuum pump, a little vacuum pump that I have just to suck some fluid out of the reservoir before I start. And then just a simple empty water bottle with a hole drilled in the top of it to collect the fluid from the wheels. And there's also just a little air vent drilled in the side of it as well to stop pressure from building up in it. I'm going to do all this without removing the front wheels. However, I have to take the back wheels off because it's a bit more awkward to get to those bleeders. So I've got both back wheels up on blocks at the moment. The jack is just sitting there really, and the wheels are underneath the van. The brake fluid I'm going to use, it will be DOT4 brake fluid, as you can see written on the top of the reservoir. So the first thing I need to do is get some rags around here just to catch any fluid that might spill as I'm doing this. And just undo this cap. And I'm just going to take this cap off completely, just disconnect that wire. So you just push a screwdriver into this little hole here. You just hear it kind of click. And then it just pulls off. This reservoir has got like a little strainer inside of it, so I'm going to try and get this out without blocking the camera too much. So it kind of sticks there, but if you just pull it gently, it'll come up. So just let the fluid run out of that for a minute. And then I've got my vacuum pump. I'm just going to suck a little bit out of this. Okay, so this one is full already, so I'm just going to empty that into a bottle and then just take a little bit more out of this. So yeah, it's down to just on the minimum mark. So I'm going to top that up now with fresh brake fluid, and then we can get the pressure bleeder set up and start bleeding the brakes on each wheel. Okay, so because this brake fluid reservoir is a bit far in there, I'm just going to use a cut-off bottle as a funnel just to pour some brake fluid into that and top it up. So this is fresh DOT4 brake fluid. Okay, so I've got the pressure bleeder here and I've just poured in a full 1 litre tin into it. So I'm just going to put this cap back on, bring it back over to the van and start setting it up for bleeding. Okay, so I'm just going to put the cap that came with the pressure bleeder onto this reservoir. Make sure I don't cross thread it. So I'm going to connect the pressure bleeder to this now. That's it, locked in. Okay, so I've pumped the pressure bleeder up to around about 15 psi. I've checked everywhere for leaks. We don't have any leaks and I can't hear any air hissing. So we're just going to go and start bleeding at the rear wheels now. I'm just at the rear passenger's wheel now, and I'm just going to try and take the dust cap off. That's pretty stuck on there, but there it is. Come off, keep that safe. We'll put it back on later. So these are just in an 11mm spanner. And before I twist it, I'm going to put my tube over the nipple so I can catch the fluid in my water bottle. So I'll just crack this open. And there you can see the fluid starting to come out. So I'm just going to let this run until I see the fluid get considerably clearer. So the main reason you want to do this is because brake fluid absorbs moisture over time, and that can cause damage and corrosion to the components in the braking system. It can also cause fade on the brake pedal, or spongy brake pedal, or just complete failure of your brakes in the worst scenario. So it's recommended it's done about every 2 years. Okay, that's looking a lot better. I think I'm going to be happy with that. So we just close this one up. Okay, so because I've got the extra hole in this bottle, there's not going to be any pressure built up in it. I'm just going to hold the bottle down low a little bit while I try and let this fluid in the line drain into the bottle. Okay, so that's it. Don't think we spilt anything at all, so that's good. So I'm just going to give that nipple a little wipe of a cloth and put the dust boot back on it. So now I'm going to do the other one, but I'm not going to film that. I'll show you guys when I'm doing one of the front wheels. Okay, so this is the front passenger side. As you can see, I've still got the wheels on the front. So I'll try and get you guys in here and point it in the right direction. I'm going to just take the dust boot off. It's a bit awkward because the camera is down where I would normally be right now. I've checked the pressure bleeder. There's plenty of fluid still in it. The pressure went down to about 10 psi, so I've just pumped that up a wee bit again. I'm just going to get my hose onto this again. Okay, that one was a bit tight. It's because we're at the front, it shouldn't take this fluid as long to get clearer. We're closer to the master cylinder. I still have to just do the driver's side, but like I say, I don't think I'll film that because it's just going to be the same thing over again. So that's looking pretty clear. I'm happy with that. We can close that one up. Just let the bottle down low so the fluid in the pipe can drain into it. It will drain into it because I've drilled a little hole in the top of the bottle to let the to stop the pressure building up in the bottle. Okay, so there's a wee bit there that doesn't seem to want to come out. Okay, so we got a bit of brake fluid. Made a little bit of a mess on this one, but I'm going to give this a wipe up and just spray some water on it, or some brake cleaner. Put your dust boot back on. And I'm going to try and spray some water on this without spraying it all over my camera. Okay, so we've done the 4 wheels now. Seeing as the clutch system shares the same fluid as the brakes, it's a good idea to flush the fluid in the clutch system as well. To do that, we're going to have to take the air filter off and this housing here. So I'm just going to do that now so we can get access to it. So it's just a couple of Torx screws here. And there's a clip down here. Going to put that to one side. Just unclip this pipe here. Take out the air filter. It's a good time to check your air filter and change it if it needs be. This one is pretty clean. So then, as far as I know, this bottom housing just pulls off. It's just on a few little tabs. The clutch slave cylinder is just down there. I'm going to try and point with a screwdriver to the bleed nipple just there. So I'm going to get you guys into a better position and bleed some fluid through that. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to get the little cover off the bleed nipple. Get the right size spanner for that. I think it looks like it's probably an 11. Yeah. I'm just going to slacken that off a wee bit first before I get the pipe. Actually, it's quite loose, so it wasn't very tight at all. So I'm just going to get the pipe in here. Sorry, my hand's going to be in the way. Let's see if that's on. I think that's on. So just slacken that off a wee bit. We should get some fluid coming out. Here we go. It looks very yellow in this one. I think that's okay. I'm going to tighten that up now. And this wasn't very tight at all. I think I could have nearly undone this with my just with my fingers. Okay, so fluid is going to tend to run down this pipe now when I disconnect it. So I'm just going to get a rag to put around the bottom of the pipe. Okay, so I'm just going to dry that off and make sure it's not leaking. I think this might be a plastic housing. That's probably why it wasn't very tight. Okay, so before I put all the wheels back on and put all this housing for the air filter back on, I'm just going to press the brakes a few times in the van and press the clutch a couple of times and then just go around and check everything and make sure there's no leaks. So I've been into the van and pressed the brakes a few times. They feel nice and solid. I've pressed the clutch a few times and then I went around each wheel and just checked at the bleed nipples to see if there was any leakage, and I didn't see anything, so it all looks good. Okay, so off camera, I've just given everything down there a bit of a wipe and a bit of a clean up with some soapy water because it was quite dusty. And in the process, I found this just lying down there. Anybody know what that is? If anybody knows what that is, just let me know in the comments. I have no idea where it came from. Just feel it there sitting into those pins, so just push it down on them. And just get this down in place and tighten them up. And then it's just this little last bit. Okay, and that's it all back together. I can just let the pressure out of this bottle. Probably should have done that already, but you can see some fluid sucking back into this from the reservoir. Okay, there's no fluid coming out there. I'm not sure if this reservoir now is going to be over full. it's pretty full to the top. So I'm just going to take a wee bit out of that. It's actually quite hard to see the level in this tank, so I'm just going to have a look here with a torch. Yeah, that's just under the max line. The brake pads on this are probably about a quarter worn, so I might take a tiny little bit more out of it. Just put my finger over that to stop it dripping everywhere. So I'm just going to give the float and the cap a little bit of a wipe down, just make sure it's clean. And then this is the filter. It's looking quite black and groggy, so I'm going to give that a spray of just some brake cleaner. Okay, it's looking a fair bit better. Yeah, that's a lot better. What's that little speck down there? So the black around the edges isn't really coming off. But it's a lot better than it was. Just put that back onto the van now. This one kind of clicks in. That's it. Just get the cap. And let's put this wire on first. Just clicked in. Give everything a quick wipe down, make sure there's no fluid lying on it. I'm just going to put the back wheels back on now and maybe take it for a little test drive. Torque them up to 120 Newton meters for the lug nuts. So here's the fluid that came out of it. As you can see, it's not looking great. So I'm glad that's out of it. Just as a comparison, this is the brake fluid that we've just flushed out of the van, and this is some brand new brake fluid that I've just poured out of the new jar into that glass. So you can see there's quite a difference. So I'm glad I've done this. It's going to be a lot safer and make the braking system a lot more healthy and last longer. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I'll have more videos like this coming out in the future.